Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Sandeep Salunke. Subscribe, share, like, comment and hit bell icon to get notifications of my new videos. And also you can follow me on YouTube, Insta, Mail, WhatsApp, Twitter and Facebook. In this video, I am going to discuss with you royalty accounts. This is unit number 4 in financial accounting paper 1 for BCom first semester. So here I am going to cover theoretical aspects of royalty account like concept, examples of royalty, meaning of royalty, important terms which are generally used in royalty account, and most importantly the format of royalty chart. So get ready to have a brief idea of theoretical aspects of royalty account.
Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sandeep Salunke and today I am going to discuss with you unit number 4 royalty accounts which is in financial accounting paper 1 for BCom first semester. So before going to discuss what is royalty accounts, it is supposed that one should know exactly what is royalty. Now what is royalty? Let me give an example. Mr. X is a author and he has written a book and he want to publish his book. So for that purpose he approached ABC publishers and ABC publishers are agree to publish his book. Now here Mr. X put his efforts, energy, time to write a book. So that is why he is not giving his rights or ownership to ABC publishers freely. So he expects some consideration from ABC publishers and ABC publishers are also ready to give him a consideration. So here whatever consideration is given by publisher to the author, it is called as royalty. Now let me take one more example. Mr. Ram is a owner of a land and he gives his land on lease basis to a mining company. So in this example also, Mr. Ram is not freely transferred or given his land to a mining company. In return, he is taking some amount, that is consideration. So whatever amount is taken by Mr. Ram from the mining company, it is called as royalty. So now I think you got what is the exact meaning of royalty. So in simple words, what we can say, royalty is nothing but royalty is an amount which is paid as consideration for the use of assets or right of the owner. So in my next slides, I am going to discuss with you examples, meaning, important terms which are used in royalty accounts, and most importantly, a practical 5 marks problem will be asked on preparation of royalty chart. So now let's begin.
Now here examples of royalty payable, that is who is paying royalty and to whom it is paying. The first one is publisher is paying royalty to author for using author's copyrights. Second example is lessee is paying royalty to lessor, that is landlord, for using lessor's or landlord's land for raising coal, stone, minerals, or we can say for mining purpose. The third example is manufacturer is paying royalty to patentee for using his patent rights. Now meaning of royalty. See, the meaning of royalty is differ from book to book and author to author, but generally what is the meaning of royalty? Royalty is nothing but it is the amount payable by a person for using the assets or rights belonging to another person. So here royalty is nothing but it is the consideration payable by lessee to lessor or publisher to author or manufacturer to patent right holder for use of an asset or rights. Or in other words, what we can summarize, what is the meaning of this royalty? Royalty is an amount which is paid as consideration for the use of asset or right of the owner. Now there are some important terms which are generally used in royalty accounts. The first one is lessor. Who is lessor? The person who surrenders his right is known as lessor. So examples of lessor: author, landlord or patent right holder. These are examples of lessor. Next one is lessee. Who is lessee? A person who uses the assets or right is known as lessee. Now which are the examples of lessee? Publishing company, next one is mining company or manufacturers. These are the examples of lessee. What is minimum rent, which is also called as dead rent or rock rent or flat rent? See, this minimum rent is there in the agreement to safeguard the interest of lessor. If actual rent falls below normal one, a minimum amount is guaranteed by lessee to lessor. So that minimum amount which is guaranteed by lessee to lessor is called as minimum rent. So whatever minimum amount is guaranteed, that minimum amount is called as minimum rent. Next important term is short workings. So what is short workings? When actual royalty is less than minimum rent, the difference is called as short workings. So in mathematical language, if actual rent is less than minimum rent, it is called as short workings. Next one is recoupment or recovery of short workings. So what is the exact meaning of recoupment of short workings? So recoupment of short workings is nothing but recovery of short workings. So it is the process of adjusting short workings in future surplus royalty. So that is called as recovery of short workings. Next one is strike or lockout period. See what happens, sometimes due to strike and lockouts, production may be stopped or work may be stopped, and when work and production is stopped, naturally output will be reduced. Therefore, it is generally provided in the agreement that whenever strikes and lockout take place, the minimum rent shall be reduced proportionate to the period of strikes, or a certain percentage, say 10%, 5%, 15%, 20% of minimum rent would be reduced. Or sometimes actual royalties earned would discharge all the rental obligations of that year. So these are the some important terms which are used in royalty accounts. Next, this is very important part, royalty chart. Generally 5 marks problem would be asked in the examination for preparation of this royalty chart. So this royalty chart, the format of this royalty chart is differ from book to book, but generally this format is used. There are total 9 columns are there: year, output, actual royalty, minimum rent, surplus. So what is surplus? Surplus is nothing but when actual royalty is more than minimum rent. So column number 3 minus column number 4, it is surplus. Next, column number 6, short workings. So what is short workings? As already I have told you, when minimum rent is more than actual royalty. So that's why I have put here column number 4 minus column number 3. Now short workings. recovered it is column number 7, irrecovered it is column number 8, and the last column is royalty paid. So this format may looks a little bit confusing for you, but this is very easy one, and generally this chart we have to prepare for 5 marks which will be asked, and for 14 marks also if they are asked or not, we have to prepare this royalty chart. Now before starting the practical problems on preparation of royalty chart, I want to explain one more time the important terms which with the example important terms which are used in royalty account. So let's start an explanation of important terms with an example.
Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss with you theoretical aspects of royalty account with an example. Let us take an example. Mr. X is an author of a book and he wants to publish his book. So he approached ABC and company. This company is the publishers. Now here Mr. X transfers his rights to ABC company. Okay. Now here Mr. X has put his efforts, time, so he is not freely transferring his right. He is expecting something in return from publishers, and publishers are also ready to give some consideration to the author. So here this consideration is called as royalty. So this consideration is called as royalty. Now here you might have observed in this example there are two parties. One is author, that is Mr. X, and another one is publishing company. So here it is ABC Company Limited. So here Mr. X is the owner of that book, owner of that copyrights. He transferred his copyrights to ABC Company. So here this ABC Company is user of that right. So in this topic, the owner and users are called by two different technical names or words. So owner is called as lessor and the user is called as lessee. So owner is called as lessor and user is called as lessee. Okay, now here whatever royalty is paid, the royalty may be paid in two forms. Sometimes it may be based on output, or sometimes it may be based on sales. So take in this example, publisher is ready to give consideration or royalty on the basis of sales. Say for example, rupees 10 per book sold. Now publisher is giving rupees 10 as a royalty to the author per book sold. Now here author may feel that I have put my efforts, I have worked hard. If publisher fails in his duty, that is in marketing, I don't want to suffer the loss. So at that time publisher will say, hold a minute, if sales is not at expected level, at that time I will give you minimum amount as consideration. That minimum amount in this topic is called as minimum rent. Okay, that whatever minimum amount is fixed by lessee to lessor
it is called as minimum rent. Now here we got three new words: lesser, lessee and minimum rent. These words are frequently used in this topic and you should clear about these three words. Now here another two words will generally used in this topic. Which are those two words? Short workings and recoupment of short workings. Now I will explain what is short workings and what is recoupment of short workings with an example. Okay, see here sales, actual rent. So first we have to take year column. Sales, actual rent, minimum rent, short workings, recoupment of short workings. I have just used short form, and royalty paid. Okay, this is just a simple example, and again we have to use this format for calculation of royalty also. So here, just I will take 2017. So take just the continuation of last example. So suppose in 2017, 4,000 books were sold, and royalty is fixed 10 rupees per book. So 4,000 into 10, actual rent, or sorry, it is actual royalty. Actual royalty. So actual royalty will be, or sometimes we may call it as actual rent also. Okay, but the proper word is actual royalty. Actual royalty 40,000. Minimum rent, suppose the minimum rent is fixed 30,000. That is an example. So here, so short workings. What is short workings? So short workings is nothing but if actual royalty is less than minimum rent, the difference is called as short workings. When actual royalty is less than minimum rent, then that is called as short workings. So see the example, actual royalty is 40,000, minimum rent is 30,000. So there is no short workings, right? No recoupment of short workings. Actual royalty pay will be 40,000. Now in 2018, suppose only 2,000 books were sold. So 2,000 books sold, 10 rupees are royalty. So 2,000 into 10, it is 20,000. What is minimum rent? Minimum rent is fixed 30,000. So see over here, actual royalty is 20,000, minimum rent is 30,000. So actual royalty is less than minimum rent. Okay, so how much it is less? It is 10,000 is short. Okay, so here 10,000 is short workers. So actual royalty paid will be 30,000. Why 30,000 is paid? Because publisher assured that if in any year the sales is not up to the mark, at that time minimum rent is fixed. Minimum amount is fixed. So that is why the lessor will get 30,000 as royalty. Now in 2019, suppose 5,000 books were sold. Now 5,000 into 10 rupees royalty, so it will be 50,000. Okay. Now minimum rent is fixed for every year, 30,000. So actual royalty is 50,000, minimum rent is 30,000. So there is no short here what happens? In the last year, lessee has paid 30,000. Actually, he is supposed to pay 20,000, but he has assured minimum amount and he paid 30,000. So whatever 10,000 loss he has incurred in this year, he is going to recover that 10,000 from surplus amount. So recoupment of short workings is 10,000. So here what is the recoupment of short workings? So recoupment or recovery of short workings. So recoupment of short working is nothing but recovery of short workings. Okay, this is the simple word. So here whatever 10,000 last year he has paid, so that 10,000 he is going to recover in the next year's surplus amount. So here actual royalty paid will be 40,000. Now you may ask the question, actual royalty is 50,000. Why 40,000 is paid? Because this 10,000 is recovered by lessee. Because in the last year he has incurred a loss of 10,000. He has compensated that loss to the author. So that is why in this year's surplus amount he is going to recover is 10,000. So that is why he is only paid to the lesser 40,000. So what is short workings? And actual royalty is less than minimum rent. It is called as short workings. And what is the recoupment of short workings? This recoupment of short working is nothing but recovery of previous periods short workings. So minimum rent safeguards the interest of lessor, and recoupment of short workings safeguards the interest of lessee. So in this topic, generally royalty, minimum rent and short workings, recoupment of short workings, these words are generally and frequently used. Thank you.